What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. So who's right? Draymond or Layshia? So Draymond Green, of course, people may or may not know, NBA player. Layshia Clarendon, WNBA player. So Draymond Green came out, this happened some days ago, like last week almost. And he was like, listen, maybe the WNBA should actually focus on these, storylines to build the brand. Like, because, people got involved in the NBA because the NBA didn't always make all of this money because people got involved in the stories being told about these players. Not just the play on the court, but the story about the people that got you, invested. And so, like, people need to do that. And then he was also saying, and all of these companies that say they're for women's empowerment, you should get them to put their money where their mouth is. You can't say you're going to empower women, but then at the same time, you're not going to help the WNBA with funding. That doesn't make sense, basically. So, Layshia Clarendon took that as responding in the sense of, the WNBA is not doing well because black men don't support it. And some people took offense to that. And because now the fact of the matter is, I think Draymond is right for what he said. And I think Layshia's wrong for what she said because 60%, 66% of the viewership in the WNBA is black. And the majority of that is black men or males. Now, if that ain't support, I don't know what is. Like I think I talked about this before. Thanks to my older cousin, I was there in the inaugural season of the WNBA. And that was actually one of the reasons why I actually enjoyed the WNBA because the players had storylines. Like the players, they were players who finally got their professional shot and things, in the story, like in Houston, the story of Cheryl Swoop being the one, but it actually wound up being Cynthia Cooper. The Kim Perrott story, Dawn Staley, Ruthie, like, Rebecca Lobo, like all these, when Lisa Leslie, all these, the first dunk thing, all of these storylines actually made it very much more entertaining. And here's the thing. We it seems like the WNBA players for some odd reason taking pot shots at the NBA players, no matter what they do, black or white, to be perfectly honest. So at some point, the guys are going to withdraw their support if this keeps happening because they're probably just going to get tired of people messing with them. Like, because I think Draymond was right. Like, you hear women talk about women's empowerment, and then it's like, I think, companies should back the WNBA. And the ladies were talking about they don't want to get paid as much as the NBA players. They want the same revenue split, which I understand. The only problem is they're not making enough money probably to have that same 50-50 revenue split with the WNBA because the WNBA, if I'm not mistaken, has probably lost more money in these 21 years than it's gained. So you can't have a revenue split like that until people actually make their money back all the way. You get what I'm saying? And then start, working in profits on a yearly basis. The NBA is an all profit business. So here's the thing. I don't see, sometimes I don't see the issue. And then some people have brought in, Clarendon's sexuality in the sense of, I think a few months ago, she got the surgery to get rid of her chest, and she's like a trans. I guess she's a trans man. I guess that's she's a woman who's gonna, identify as a man. And the thing about it, I guess people like, you in the WNBA, and if you're a woman who's married to a woman, but you're mad at black men for not supporting the WNBA, but you're not mad at women, and your wife is a woman, and who's actually a white woman, you don't have the same smoke for her. People are not. They're looking at these contradictions like, I don't know if I could buy this. So now, personally, it's like looking at it. I think Draymond's 100% right. You know, like until the WNBA has gets people invested in the stories of these people, um, it's gonna be hard to watch. You know, because it's not as in, you know. I remember Tracy McGrady was talking to one of the ladies about lowering the goal to 9 feet, and it's like we play on the 10 foot goal all our life. Not is you know, that's not let's not do that. And I'm like, okay, but they both have a point. Women play on the 10 foot goal their whole life, so you can't expect them not to now. And you have another point where if y'all lower the rim, you know, it could showcase more of you ladies' athleticism. You know, not just to me, not just with dunking, but even with the when people drive and they have to make the circuit shots, even with that. But that's cool. But that adjustment from 10 to 9 feet or 9.5 feet, that's a problem, because that's gonna take a bit of time in itself. So it's gonna mess up the game anyways. So that could make it the game take another shot backwards. You know, it is what it is. But that's just my thoughts. Let me know what y'all think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Peace.